This summer I made these two videos reviewing everything I saw in late May and June, so I decided to continue that series just with a few tweaks. Also, I've been working on a really big juicy 3-part project that's gonna take a little bit to complete, so in the meantime, enjoy this very subjective ranking of all 70 movies I've seen over the past 50 days. This is spoiler free, so enjoy the first 27 movies being ranked. Before I do start, I would like to bring up two great documentaries I watched about a month ago. I'm not going to rank these because I don't feel comfortable doing so, but they are very notable. The two documentaries at hand are 13th and I Am Not Your Negro. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. They're on YouTube, so you really have no reason not to. With that being said, let's get into tier 10. This movie is the definition of so bad it's good, but at the same time it's so good at being bad that I don't think the simplicity of the word good or bad can really explain The Room. For now, I'm just going to play this clip because it perfectly encapsulates the hilariosity of The Room, but I have a podcast coming out this Friday about it, so go check that out when it comes out.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
I only watched this because I really like Norm Macdonald and Dave Chappelle. To be truthful, the description itself made me a bit bored, and the fact that this movie is about a dog napping gone wrong, and it gets so much wrong legally and it gets so much wrong logically kind of pisses me off. The only thing that has this ahead of The Room is that the acting is slightly less horrible.
Really amazing what you dig out of the inside of dead people when you cut them open. It's just beautiful. A harmonica.
Don't put that in your mouth.
Not Another Teen Movie is not as bad as the other two movies in this tier, and there are some pretty funny moments in the movie, and I guess that's why I rewatched it, but there is no denying that this is one of the lesser spoof movies of ever. This might be the hottest take on this list, but I gotta say Mad Max has not aged well. Aside from the final 10 minutes, the movie is really boring, and that is the exact opposite of what I went in looking for, seeing that Fury Road is the only Mad Max movie I had seen prior to it. The only thing that has Bohemian Rhapsody out of tier 10 is the music. Rhapsody is very generic and a bit overrated if you ask me. However, on a first viewing, Queen's music really overpowered it for me. Looking back now though, it felt more like a movie about Freddie Mercury that happens to have his music in it, rather than a movie about how his music corresponded with his life. At first, I had Horrible Bosses 2 in tier 10, but I cannot deny that I really enjoyed this movie, and even though it is nowhere as good as the first one, it still has some really funny moments and some okay action. I do not have as much to say about the movies in tier 8 individually, but generalizing, these are films, for the most part comedies, that are enjoyable and pretty good at the moment, but they leave my mind right afterwards. Once again, this is a super subjective list, so comment down below which movies you would rank higher on your list, which ones are too low, and what great movies you saw this summer.
Everybody got that?
Listen to my voice. Am I lying?
Thunder Buddies for life, right, Johnny?
Fucking right.
All right, come on, let's sing the thunder song.
All right.
When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words.
Oh no! Don't you dare ruin that dress!
Well, you're really doing it, aren't you? You're shitting in the street.
Must be something in the way.
What is it, Miss Caroline?
I am Robin of Locksley.
Robin of Locksley. I've just come from Maid Marian, the lady whose heart you stole. You prince of thieves, you.
Lucky for these guys, they just edged out being in tier 8 because they aren't completely forgettable. In many cases, they're just like a 20-minute sequence in the film that really sticks in my mind, but nonetheless, they have many of the same qualities as the movies in the previous tier.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
No, who's first?
No, we don't want you to kill us.
Yeah, we want you to kill another person. If anyone's first, probably him.
No, God, listen.
Gentlemen, what are you talking about?
Your ad said you do wet work.
That's correct. I urinate on other men for money.
I really need to talk to you. I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant? We practice safe sex.
These guys are pros. You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
I am not a big Star Trek fan. Matter of fact, I'm not a Star Trek fan at all, but I gotta say this movie really enthralled me. It has some rave reviews, so I went in with some high expectations, but the performances and overall story makes for a great spoof. Nonetheless, it just didn't connect to me on the extent that it does for a lot of others. It's good. That's it. It's a good movie. This dark comedy holds up unlike many of my childhood viewings. It is compact, it's funny, and it has a great cast.
No, I don't believe that. Oh, Daddy!
We're getting into the good stuff here because The Lincoln Lawyer is really good. It's compelling, it's captivating, and overall, it sparked a reconnaissance, and what else can I say? No higher praise than that. In our current political climate, this movie is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't see you in here, so you're gonna have to, stay in prison.
Could you check again? Because I was definitely in prison, okay? I got sat on my face and everything. Maybe check those files back there?
Now this is like really good. It's really meticulously put together, especially for a one-setting film. I saw some of the behind the scenes and I was blown away. I really liked it, but good lord did I hate that ending. And I'm not saying just because you hate an ending that gives you reason to hate the whole film. Matter of fact, I think this is a great film. It's just the fact that a lot of the movies ahead of it are better. Also, Ryan Reynolds is like a really good actor. Did not know that. Overall, this was a really well-crafted movie. It had some emotional gut punches, and I really enjoyed the way that Danny Boyle set it up as 3 or 4 independent events that define an icon's life. Yet, I think that the one thing that I really took away from this is that Danny Boyle is a really underrated director, and he's made some of my favorite movies ever, including Trainspotting, 127 Hours, and freaking 28 Days Later. But also, one thing that you guys need to take away about these ratings is that Steve Jobs isn't a bad movie. It's actually really good. It has, I think, an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, but rather, it's just a 6.87 compared to the movies I have ahead of it.